Welcome everybody, welcome to Inside ASD Live. I'm Lisa Miller with Team ASD, and this is our very first live on location episode. We're very excited to be at the Academies of Anchorage Career Expo, and I'm joined with two experts from ASD. We have Sean Prince in Teaching and Learning, and Kersten Johnson in our administration for the district. And thank you for joining us today. They are experts on the Academies of Anchorage, so we're having a halftime report. Feel free to use sports analogies throughout this whole talk if you'd like. We'd love to just kind of get an update on what's happening here today and the significance. So if you want to just start us off.
Sure, I can start off. So today we're here at the very first ever Freshman Career Expo that's a part of the new Academies of Anchorage program and Freshman Academy. So the significance of our event today is that as a part of our Freshman Academy program that launched this fall, students are doing a lot of career exploration. They're learning a lot about industry and different careers, just different possibilities that are here in Alaska and in Anchorage. And they're also working on their softer skills like how to shake hands and introduce themselves, and how to ask the right questions when they want to learn something about a career with business people.
Yeah, so I saw there were two students, I thought that they were live streaming and they were introducing themselves, and then you explained that that's what they were doing. So do you guys, can you add to that maybe, Sean, about how students and teachers prepped for today to interview?
Sure, Lisa. So for the last week or so, teachers have been really prepping their students to do the interviewing skills, how to dress professionally, how to interact with adults, how to really engage with people and learn about opportunities in a very professional way. So those soft, durable skills that we all want when you're getting ready to move into the employment realm after high school is what we're really shooting for.
Yeah, thank you. And then what's this, tell me a little bit more about the significance of today.
Sure. So we really started planning this event as one of the main things that would launch the Freshman Academy this fall. And so I would say the significance is a year ago, we didn't know something like this would actually be possible for our students in the Anchorage School District. And in the work that has been done over the last year, both in the community but also at the district level, has been tremendous. Our business community has really rallied around our kids and shown up to really help us. And so there's over 110 businesses here today, which is huge. We actually had so many businesses, we didn't have enough space, so we're engaging those ones that couldn't be here today differently. And our businesses and our industry professionals, our nonprofits, our community agencies, all the folks that are here today just really, really want to help our kids get to a great place in the job market in Alaska when they graduate.
Yeah, and so Sean, can you add to how did we get to here today, either academically or in whatever sense you want to speak on?
How do we get here today? Well, I think there's layers upon layers, Kersten said, last year we were trying to envision what would be a really good event for all freshmen to have. So we have a college visit planned. This is our first large visit. So right now we have almost 3,000 students, freshmen, that are coming in through the Denina Center, and they are engaging with all of these different industries. And I just noticed something layering in on top of this. We already have two of our culinary programs, one from Chugiak, that has supported meals for all of our vendors, and they're walking around right now. And so right over there you'll see them delivering lunches that they prepared as a part of their current curriculum as a culinary pathway that's going to be at Service and at Chugiak High School. So those are the Chugiak students, and they're engaging with all these people, and you can see the happy smiles right now as they receive those lunches that our students prepared for the vendors so it's that real symbiotic relationship is going really well.
So just every aspect of this is an educational component, really.
Absolutely. I know talking with one of the groups over there, what was really fascinating to hear was that they intentionally brought people from their organization that represented, one, a student who took a certification right out of high school, so that as soon as he took it, as a $100 course, he was able to enter any IT entry-level job in the state of Alaska. Right next to him was a lady who's now a supervisor who had worked herself all the way through medical school, was a full-fledged doctor for 6 months and said, this isn't what I want to do. I'm going to change what my career pathway is. And she's now working for one of our IT companies in Juneau, and she flew all the way here to talk to kids about that opportunity.
So that's a really good, I guess, testament to the purpose of Academies of Anchorage.
It's perfect. It's not always a decision that you're going to make in high school that you end up spending the rest of your life with, but it's a good exposure to the many opportunities we have here in Anchorage.
Yeah, and that brings me to another point. I noticed that the booths are each kind of color-coded. So can you talk a little bit about like how the purpose of that and students coming in today, like what types of segments there are for them to explore?
Sure. So trying to think about scope and sequence, how you want to get students to move all around this area, it's really a part of their passport. So they were given a binder, a small folder that they were supposed to, what are my top 3 areas that I'm interested in? So all of these areas that you see with the drape that is in different color represent, like this is a medical field in the red, we've got construction and engineering in the black over here. So as students navigate their way through the Denina Center, they can actually key into the different locations and find what they're interested in.
Yeah, and then they each have, I see everybody has a pen out and a notebook, so they're tracking where they visit.
Right, and the path is that then when they return back to their Freshman Academy Career Exploration classes, they're going to spend probably about a week unpacking this experience and talk about like, oh, I didn't know about this, or I was really surprised to see that aspect too, or this is what I found and I think I've got a job lined up for me right out of high school, or this is one where I decided, oh my God, what I really need to do is I need to go to college right now, and as a freshman I need to steer myself towards college education so I can go and be an engineer in the future. So it's going to be a really good launching point for a lot of them.
Yeah, and so this launch is, I guess, bringing it back to another question I have of how does this specific event tie into Freshman Academy and then Academies of Anchorage? And so, Kersten, can you talk a little bit about the whole Freshman Academy and what piece of this that is, and then also how it ties into the bigger picture of academies?
Sure, yeah. So this is the first step in a 4-year projection for high school kids moving ahead. So this year, kids will do a lot of exploration. They'll learn about themselves too, like, do I like to work inside or outside? Do I like to sit at a desk and work with a computer, or do I like to be with people, or do I like some combination of both? So they'll do some of that exploration too, what fits their personality and interests. And towards the spring, when they're looking at choosing classes for next year, all of the information that they've gained through experiences like this one today will lead them to a decision point for what academy pathway they would, or academy they would like to join in the future. So it may be the Academy of Health Sciences, for example, because they are interested in the medical field, or it could be construction and engineering if they like that job market. And so they will then, their 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year, engage in an elective course or a CTE course that is related to that field.
Yeah. Sean, do you have anything to add to that?
I just really think that it's a fantastic opportunity. I can't remember, I was thinking about it, I think this could be the largest career expo that we've had for the Anchorage School District, and I would think even statewide. I can't remember in the last 22 years where we've had this kind of response from the community and the industries around the state that wanted to be a part of this event today. I know the students have commented this is far exceeding their expectations. The teachers are really pleased with all the vendors, and as well as all the industries that are represented for our students. It's really going very well.
Yeah. How's it going from your lane, Kersten?
Well, as someone that has been a part of developing the Academies of Anchorage from the very grassroots level, I'm just really excited we're here today. Really not for myself, but for kids. Like the excitement you see with kids when they come in is just kind of palpable, and the energy feels really good. Kids, I think, are feeling really supported in their next step, which isn't always the case, unfortunately. And so I feel like we're really building just that inclusive, connected environment for kids in their school, their freshman year, through the Freshman Academy, and that'll only pay dividends down the road for graduation and their future.
Yeah, I see lots of movement. I have not seen any kids just huddled up everyone looks very much like they have a task and they know what they're doing. So I'm really impressed by what I've seen.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch, and freshmen in high school are just lots of fun to be around anyways. They have lots of energy, and so it's been really fun to see them engage with the adults in our community.
Yeah. Sean, what educators and staff members have been involved in this so far? And then as we begin to continue to roll out Academies of Anchorage, how will this ripple into other departments and employees? So
at least if I understand you correctly, you're talking about which educators right now are currently here?
Well, have been a part in getting students here, or prepping them, or all of the above.
It's all across the map. So we have academy coaches that are assigned to each school, and they work with their communities to get students here. We have all the teachers that are involved in the Freshman Academy Career Exploration class, of course. And then you have counselors and other people that are in the school that are really interested. I've seen some schools who have brought security specialists that really have connection with their kids here, talk about various opportunities. So it's really a whole school effort. I think all of the educators are really, anybody that has to do with education in ASD has probably had their hand in this in one way or shape or form.
Can I say one other thing? I just also wanted to just give a shout out to our high school principals. They've been amazing leaders through a transformation process that's ongoing, and just really leading our community to this effort. And so they've been a big part of this as well.
Yeah, such a huge lift. You said over 3,000 students here?
Yes, yeah.
That's amazing.
Lots and lots of kids.
Every group of students is here for, is it 70 minutes total?
Yeah, they're spending about 60 minutes engaged inside, and then obviously we have the bus loading time. So,
looking ahead to Academies of Anchorage, I know we're kind of still the Academies of Anchorage as a whole is still being not built, but there's still things that need to fall into place as we go into the pathway. So what's coming next, and what can you tell us about?
Sure. I think that most of our high school staff are pretty aware that we're looking at a potential schedule change for next year to help us with the Academies model. So that has a committee that's ongoing right now to really do the research around schedules and models of schedules that would accommodate the career orientation class or CTE class that's a part of their Academies selection. So that is ongoing. There is a survey that's coming out to parents and families and students and staff on October 7th, and that will be open for 2 weeks for folks to weigh in, give us their feedback, and by the beginning of November we're hoping to have a recommendation to the school board of what that schedule looks like so that we can move forward with the planning.
Okay, and the survey will ask what type of questions do we know that'll be in there, or just in general, what are we trying to do?
Yeah, so there's going to be multiple examples of schedules and models of schedules that we could look at. They will be focused mostly on a 7 or 8 period schedule for students, and there's lots of different ways that you can orient that in a day or a week, and so they'll be asking for opinions about different models, concerns or questions people may have, or benefits that they see with moving to a different schedule.
And that's open to everyone in the community?
It is, yes, and that'll go out for 2 weeks between October 7th and October 21st.
Nice, so next week, so be on the lookout for that. Anything else you want to add about what's going on here today or looking ahead?
I think that the other thing that we can look forward to as the year progresses is the more intentional career-oriented courses that are part of Pathways. Some of the classes that will be a part of Academies are already developed and in action, and very well used by accessed by our students now. We will have new ones that we're creating as we go through the school year as well. So a lot of planning and development of those things, and our teachers and our curriculum specialists and all sorts of folks are involved in that process, alongside business and industry professionals as well. So
that's really cool to see the business community and the education community really come together.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it's a community collaboration. This is my 25th year in education in ASD. It's not a collaboration that I've seen in my career so far. So it's really exciting. I know change can be hard as well, but I think that you got to change to do better, and we're on a really positive path that direction.
Yeah. Sean, anything else you wanted to add?
I think it's just really exciting to see where we're going to be in 4 years. I know we did a lot of intentional work to talk with this group of freshmen in particular, and I look forward to seeing exactly where they are in 4 years, because I know being a high school principal for many years, it was always a great time to see students you saw as freshmen, and then when they walk across that stage and get ready for their next adventure, those adventures always look different, and I'm excited to see what this process will actually open up as even more opportunities for students. So hopefully they decide to get a career that stays right here in Alaska, and then we can continue to build the last frontier.
Yeah, well, they have so many opportunities here in front of them today. So thank you both for all that you've done for this wonderful effort. Thank you for taking time. I know you're both super busy today, so thanks for taking time to join us. And thanks everybody who tuned in live. We'll have this posted probably this afternoon, if not definitely by Monday, so you can listen back. And if you have any other questions, you can submit those on SharePoint. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.